New Jersey has elected a governor from the opposite party of the sitting president in every gubernatorial election since 1985. So you have to go back over 35 years to find a gubernatorial election in New Jersey where the state elected a governor from the same party as the president who had been elected the year before. And I tell you, I always used to suspect or figure that was a coincidence, a classic Jersey thing, right? That we can point to. But I happened to be doing some research recently and happened upon the fact that it's actually the same thing in Virginia. What is it that you can look for in polling that gives you a sense of how an incumbent specifically is doing? Are there different things that you look at when you're judging incumbents and their success versus a challenger?
I think incumbency or the success of an incumbent is always tied to the economy and jobs. That is a number one indicator that we see in poll results, that an incumbent is going to be likely to be reelected if we see high approval for jobs, high approval for the economy, if we see the economy doing well in the aggregate in big data. And so that all kind of gets turned on its head, though, when we're in a time of crisis like this. We see that these kind of crises, natural disasters or otherwise, can really mess around with that typical formula of jobs plus economy equals reelection. And, I think within New Jersey, one of the biggest examples of that, and even dating back, now I guess 20 years back to 9/11, we see that on a national level with President Bush, is if we look at the rally around the flag effect that we saw with Chris Christie back in 2012 after Hurricane Sandy. And so these stories between Christie and Murphy are similar and yet not. We have leaders that are getting their highest approval and favorability ratings that they ever have after kind of middle of the road ratings throughout a first term because of a crisis.